Hello, I'm Lindsay Konzak, editor of Modern Distribution Management and MDM.com, and today I'm talking with Tim Gillig. He is Vice President of Sales for Livingston and Haven, a fluid power distributor based in Charlotte, North Carolina. Thanks for joining us today, Tim.
Well, thanks for having me, Lindsay.
Today, Tim is going to share with us how Livingston and Haven is kind of using some innovative approaches to their customer relationships, including using video to connect with those customers. Tim, let's get right into it. You have a focus, I guess, on fun in your culture at Livingston and Haven, and one example of that is a video you have on your website featuring zombies. Could you tell us a little bit about how that came about?
Well, it's interesting you asked that. It's a takeoff from The Walking Dead, if you've ever watched that TV series, which my boy loves that. But, it's really a way for us to gain attention into a new initiative at L&H, which is GoSol. And it's a whole product line that we've developed surrounded by or utilizing solar energy. And to give you an example of some of the products, we make a box that would be an electrical box, if you will, that you can carry-on box that would have all the products available in it to create a power supply. And when you open the box, we have a flexible solar panel that we lay out on the ground, on a post or whatever, and now we can charge batteries, we can charge computers, we can charge whatever we need to out in remote locations for our customers, which comes in handy because if you're working on a piece of railroad equipment and you have a drill that's battery powered, you have this device out there, you can be charging your battery, and when your battery goes bad or dead, you just change out the battery, and you don't have to have a generator out in the middle of nowhere. And we also have a box that would have an electric motor, a DC motor in it, a water pump, and a filter system in it, so that when we pull this box open, we lay out our solar panel, again, this flexible solar technology, which is new to me. I've never seen it before, but it's pretty neat. Now we can go into the middle of the jungle, we can go into the woods, and we can drop a suction line into a river, into a mud puddle, and by using solar power, we can power this pump to drive it through the filters and create potable, drinkable water. Going back to the video, it was really out there to try to gain attention to this whole solar initiative that we have, and I guess it caught your eye, so it must be working.
Well, it definitely did. So I guess, what other ways are you guys using video?
Well, our president and owner he's passionate about video, and so we've got our own studio there in Charlotte, North Carolina, our corporate headquarters, and so we use them for training and communication. We're getting more and more people that are coming to our site because they want to know why a pump cavitates and how to, control that, or, whatever the topic of the day is. We're trying to drive people to our website, and hopefully they'll find Livingston and Haven, they'll find a need that we can supply them.
So kind of moving to a different topic, one of the things you've mentioned in the past in your conversations with us is your challenge is finding qualified salespeople, which a lot of distribution businesses are facing right now. If you had a chance to talk to a young person considering the distribution industry as a career, what would you tell them? I guess what kind of advice or information would you give them?
Yeah, that's a great question, and we are, spending a lot more time with college university-age kids today, and that's one of our strategies. We are having a difficult time finding qualified, experienced fluid power and automation sales and sales engineers. And so we've made a commitment to invest in the university program locally in Charlotte, but also in Tennessee, Georgia, South Carolina, and Virginia, those areas that we cover. And what we're finding as we talk to these young kids, there's a lot of talent out there. But more importantly to your question is we basically inform them on what we do and try to lead them not down to our industry, but let them know what we do. And it's amazing. Just they come in and they say, I just didn't realize this was even out here, what you guys do. And so I think the biggest key for us is to get out there and let them know the challenges that are out here for them, both technically and on the sales side. And it's really interesting to see the lights go off because they didn't realize that if they wanted a career, they thought a technical career, they were going to have to be in a manufacturing setting, in an engineering setting, and they were going to have to be focused on one product or one process day in and day out, and it had to be an 8-to-5 job. And when you start to talk to them about our industry and how we don't micromanage our people, but we're looking for self-starters that can go out, and they're going to be in a different environment every day. They're going to have a different challenge every day.
So Tim, finally, to wrap things up, what 3 things keep you up at night?
Well, obviously, we're still working on trying to get those quality people in the pipeline at L&H, and then training them. You know, one of the things, you can get a high-quality person to come in, but you got to invest the time to train them properly so that they see a career path, you know, with you, as well as being able to do the job in the field that you need them to do. The other thing that keeps me up at night, you know, over the last 3 or 4 years, we started to look at how can we drive more efficiency in our business. You know, as the business came back after 2009's disaster, we didn't want to continue to grow our business at the same pace and put the same amount of money on the bottom line. In other words, we felt like as we were growing, we weren't growing our bottom line as effectively as we could. And so we started to look at trying to segment our business. And I use the analogy, I started to study Intercontinental Hotel Group, and they have a way to go to market. They're selling, what, a night's sleep, but they have 7 or 8 major hotel chains to do that. You know, they have 3-star hotels, they have Holiday Inn Express, Candlewood Suites, that are all handling different clientele that has different needs. And then they have the 4-star hotel chains like Crown Plaza and the Staybridge Suites. They're all going after a certain piece of the market. You know, when we started to look at our business, we felt like we were the Crown Plaza chain, and if that's the only chain we had in the marketplace, we don't have as much market as we could have. We started to look at how can I take my engineered solution sales team, okay, and continue to grow that and expand that, but also expand into these other markets that we, quite honestly, don't have a value stream for today. So now we've got this segment strategy that we're implementing, and that keeps me up at night because, you know, whenever you have change, your key guys, your key team, our Crown Plaza team, they have questions and they have concerns, and we don't want them to get upset because there's plenty of business that we don't have today that we need to try to go after. And they have plenty of business to continue to grow and be profitable. So, you know, that's what keeps me up at night.
Well, Tim, thank you so much for joining us today and for sharing kind of what your company is doing and seeing out there in the market.